This is Josh Hunter. I I'm going to just do a kind of standard thing here. Um, Let me say first of all, I'm not. I can be a social person, but I'm not particularly social. I mean, they have a distinction: introvert, extrovert. I wouldn't put myself in either category. But I think it's important sometimes to just make things plain. To not. I'm not. I'm not like a no. I'm a no frills type person. I think anyway. I could be wrong. It's important to know who you are in relation to various situations and scenarios. Gives you a better understanding of yourself and what you're all about. Because I don't know, maybe you're lying to yourself, and if you're lying to yourself, well then, how are you going to move forward in any meaningful way? So that's what I'm going to try and do. I'm trying to establish a, a frame of reference so that you, when you hear me speak and do things, it's not like, who the fuck is this guy? What is he talking about? I don't know why I should be paying attention to him, because, I'm going to tell you some things about me so you're not, like, wondering. There's not going to be any question. You're not going to, when I do something or several things unusual, you're not going to say, well, why did he do that? I can't believe he did that. You're going to say, oh, it's Josh Hunter. Of course he did that. Of course he did that. It's not going to surprise me even a little bit. So I'm going to start with some basic things. I have not written any of this down. I'm just kind of assuming that I'm assuming that I'm right. Although I haven't been right about a lot of things. So an important thing you should know about me is that when I was a boy, I used to, it's not my intent to insult anyone also. It's important. I don't believe in insults. As a person who gets made fun of a lot and has been made fun of constantly for a very long time, it does not bother me. I understand it's all got to go somewhere. So why don't I get, who would love being a toilet, right? I mean, if you love shit, yeah, being a toilet is great. Like, imagine if you loved shit, like you couldn't get enough of it. You poop and you get excited, and you see dogs poop and you're like, well, I want to poop too, or I want to have a lot of poop. You would be glad to become a toilet. You would be like, oh, my life is complete. So when I was a kid, I used to collect dead bugs. This was my thing. I would just I was not much of a live bug person. I'd go to bug fairs and that type of thing. And one time this guy tried to sell me a plant. He's like, if you have this plant, it's going to attract butterflies. And I said, really? This is great. I could use a lot more dead butterflies. And so I was probably 9, maybe 8 or 9, 10 possibly, when I got this plant. And I planted it in the front yard, and it grew to be so tall. It grew taller than my house that I lived at. It was great. I never saw one single fucking butterfly on that plant, but it was nice. And if you ever go to Long Beach at the harbor where they keep Queen Mary, those plants with the yellow flowers, the trees where you have the yellow flowers all are like shedding or whatever, that's the type. It was part of that family, that genus or something. But it was nice. I'm not a botanist, but I like living things that don't complain. I mean, not that I don't like complaining, but I just, anyway. So other bugs I would just find, bees, spiders, various creatures, and I kept them in an egg carton shell for a long time. And one day I left it. I had a patio, but it was like a shared patio, and when the gardeners would come, they would clean up all the patios. And one day I came, and it was gone. My entire bug collection, my dead bug collection. One of the reasons why I like things not necessarily that are dead, but that are numb is that I can sometimes be like a very high voltage person. It's not like where I'm like talking a mile a minute or 100 miles a minute or something. I just sometimes there's a lot going on. There's like a lot of focus, and when I focus, it's not the same as like when someone else focuses. Not that I'm like different. It's just is a it's just better if like a person like doesn't feel too much. Like people who are super sensitive, they lose their identity. And I say all these things so that if you like ever like meet me or come across myself or a person who is in this similar to myself, you'll know how to be. And oh no, I did I wasn't. One thing doesn't have to. And so anyway, I like people to be insulated because there's a lot of specific electric energy around me, and that's not necessarily of my choosing, but because when I was 12 or 13, I thought I should start studying like heavy-duty spiritual things, which is a dumb idea. Don't do it. Stick with beer and football, and you will be happy. It's sometimes I feel like Trent McNeely, Jerry O'Connell's character from Can't Hardly Wait. You remember at the end, Mike Dexter, he's like, yeah, man, we're going to go to college and get, like, college girlfriends. It's going to be great. I feel like I'm, like, like, I'm not that I'm, I feel like my role is, what I represent, perhaps, is like, hey, dude, because Trent McNeely comes around and he tells Mike Dexter, like, look, don't worry about college, man, or don't worry about college girls. It's just like all serious and shit. And I feel like I've like returned from like the college experience, and I'm like, you guys, don't worry about all the like spiritual stuff. You can just hang out and like be happy, because a lot of times you don't really know what you're getting into, because this stuff works fine when you're in low voltage areas, but it's a combination of technologies and radios and frequencies. It makes it a different thing. People studying, the Bhagavad Gita and the Torah and all these various things, when there's no cell phones and modems and noises and all these things. Yeah, of course, these things are great, holy. But when you start mixing the sounds with other things, Wi-Fi and various broadband and satellites and all types of things that you wouldn't normally. It's like that was the plan for the Joker. Remember the original, not the original, but 1989 Batman. I think that was the first movie I saw in theaters. That's what I was told anyway. But his plan, the cosmetics worked fine when they were individual, or they weren't poison, but the specific poison was designed to become fatal when they were mixed. So, just the blush or whatever, or the foundation or whatever was fine. But when you mix it with, the lipstick and the powders and all that, then that's when it became an issue. So, but I do a lot of guessing. I also gain all of my social cues from movies and television, so I don't, alright. Let me say something else about me. So it started with MySpace, and now it's YouTube. I mean, what's next? Their city? Me, I'm extremely clever, and everyone likes me. So, what was the, here's some other things about me. It's important, because I'm not, you should know about me, it is always my preference. I believe in diminished sexual activity. I'm not a prude. I'm not a, like, sex is bad type guy. I went for a long time. I have gone for a long time without, being a part of that the culture, you know, where it's normal to like go out and, you know, find a lady and, you know, have you know, and do a short-term courting type thing. I mean, I don't know anything about it. I tried from the years 1999 to about 2010 or 2011, and I'm just not very good at being in romantic situations. I'm not a very good actor, and I can't lie very well when it comes to you know, intimate activities, and I'm just not. It all looks very silly to me, and I'm not like about it. I get why people like are like, hey, you know, we should. Oh shit, you know, I got some minutes. But I'm not. I think you could be much happier without it. I think it's like something that's been sold to you, an idea. Once we start getting birth levels like super low, then yeah, of course, you know, fuck your fucking brains out so we can keep this population going. But while we got 7 billion people and Flint, Michigan's water is still fucked up, then hey, maybe we should like put our cocks away for a bit. See like if we can just be like normal for a little bit. But that's you know, I wasn't raised that way. It's just I was so passive. Like even when I even when I'm like really like about like, oh dude, I really like this girl and I think we should like be together. But I was always so like weak. Like I needed I don't I can't I have a traditional courting period of about 2 years. I mean, you could, like, I need to vet, I need to know a lot of things, because, I'm not, I don't understand, why anyone would need to do anything more than just hang out, watch TV, and, you know, get, like, drunk. Because, I guess when most people get drunk, they get like more like, hey, you know, they loosen up. And the thing is, when I drink, I just want to watch more TV and just more. Anyway, so this is just general to make sure that you don't feel surprised needlessly. I only surprise. Folk when when it's needed, and I think I'm doing the correct thing, and if I'm not, it doesn't matter. I've already said that, you know, entertainment is not like what I do. It's just like a byproduct of many aspects. But, alright. I know my eyes are always kind of like, you know, I don't get very much real sleep, but, that's alright. I feel like I've... Okay. So yeah, so anyway, I was, so if there's, if any, individual who watches this ever sees me or meets me, don't ever like come around thinking, oh, I'm gonna try and fuck this guy, because you probably won't. Because I'm not about it. I don't get it. I think a lot of people would be much happier if they didn't. When I think about how much happiness it has brought into the world, I'm not seeing the numbers here. It's not all adding up. It's like, does it make you happy? Like, you know, getting laid and all that. And this is not coming from a Christian standpoint or a Catholic or whatever. This is just bare bones, pardon the pun, science and math, okay? Does it make you happier? Yes or no? And if it's no, then, you know, fuck it. Or don't fuck it. Actually, I feel like I've done something. No. I feel like there's a dishonesty here. I think there's like a deep dishonesty here. Well, we're gonna find out, because the more videos I make, the more understanding we'll have. So anyway, make sure that you do something that's going to be of direct and real benefit to me personally, Josh Hunter. Thanks so much.